What's going on, guys? For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and you turn on your bell for the notifications so you never miss out on any of the videos that I post. But today we're talking all about having confidence in every area of your life. Let's dive in. So first things first, we've got to talk about confidence in relationships. In relationships, it's so important to know who you are and to be true to yourself. So I've got a question for you. How does your self-confidence play into your relationships? One big area is with your expectations. Let's break this down. Never lower your expectations. I don't care how young you are or how old you are. You could be 99 years old and I would still tell you to never lower your expectations. If you're not meeting who you'd want to settle down with, keep looking. Be confident in who you are, what you want, and what you bring to the table. Ultimately, you never want to settle. You've got to know your worth. The next area is being true to yourself. So you never want to change yourself into who someone else wants you to be. That's why it's so important to know who you are. So if you're making any changes, let it be for you and no one else. Because if you're going to try to change to be who someone wants you to be, you're not being true to yourself. So know who you are and stand firm on that. Having confidence is like having this amazing swagger. You know who you are and you love who you are. Flaws and all, you own it. Now that's hot. So if we go back to having that amazing confidence and never changing yourself for anyone, it makes me think of this quote by the one and only Tyler Perry. As an artist, this is the art that I want to paint. Just as I will never do it, don't you ever change one brushstroke on your canvas just because someone doesn't like what you paint. I absolutely love that quote because confidence isn't, I hope they like me. Confidence is, I know who I am, even if they don't, and I'm okay with that. So that's why it's so important to know your value and your worth. Your value isn't determined by anyone else. You have value because you value yourself. So the next area of life that's so important to have confidence in is in your own decision making. So when I think about having confidence in decision making, it makes me think of this old show that was on in the 90s. It was called Felicity. I don't know if you've ever seen it or not, but if you haven't, the main character lived in California and she decides to up and move to New York for college. And the reason she moved was for a boy. So this guy she really liked in high school, but she never even talked to him. So she finds out that he's going to go to college in New York. So she decides to enroll at the same college. She also decides to change her major. So she gets to college and she was going to study to be a doctor. However, she decides to change her mind and she wants to study to become an artist. However, her parents got wind of what she was doing. They immediately fly up to New York and they tell her she's making a colossal mistake. And my favorite quote of the entire TV show was this. She looked at her parents and said, "If I made a mistake, at least it was mine." You know, that's always been my favorite quote from that TV show because it's all about having confidence in your decision making and having that confidence in the risks that you're taking that you believe in. There's always something to learn from every decision that we make, whether it turns out or it doesn't. So stay true to yourself and be confident that you will get through whatever situation that you're in. So now we've got to talk about how you're walking into rooms with confidence. Whatever you do and wherever you go, remember this. You've got to breeze into rooms like you belong there. If you truly feel like you don't belong in a room, you've got to ask yourself, why? Why not you? So if you feel like you don't belong in a room, act like you belong. You got to faith it until you make it because you belong in every room that you enter. So a big part of having confidence is believing in yourself. You've got to believe in yourself before others can believe in you. Because if you don't believe in yourself, it's going to be written all over you. The way you walk, the way you talk, and the way you enter a room. You've got to own your own confidence. It's not enough that others believe in you. You've got to believe in yourself, and that creates confidence. It's so important to own your own confidence. Whether it's a job interview, an audition, a boardroom, you've got to come with that confidence. When I think about owning your own confidence, I think about how a lawyer shows up in a courtroom. If you've ever seen a confident lawyer, they're bold and they stand firm on either what they're believing to be true on the case, the facts, and they present their case as best as they know possible with that confidence and courage of conviction. Let's talk about how you can have confidence in your career. So for example, if you're going into an interview, you've got to have confidence in what you're saying, your actions, and how you're presenting yourself. And the reason why confidence is so important in a job interview is because the second you breeze through the door, you're telling them whether you are confident or not. And that shows up in your handshake, your actions, the way you speak. When you show them that you're confident that you can do the job, that's going to tell them, okay, I believe what they're saying, and hopefully they extend an offer to you. But if you're not confident in yourself, why would they be confident that you can do the job? Because these days, it's not enough to have just written down experience. You want to be able to speak to that and explain why you feel like you're the best for the job. But the bottom line is it all starts with confidence. What about when you take risks in your career or in your life? When you take risks in life, you're really telling yourself you value yourself enough to see what else is out there because you know your worth. So while we're talking about careers, the other day I was reading this article about these actors that were turned down for a job for the strangest reasons when you really think about it. Some of them were told they were too old, they were too fat, they were too ugly, or they were too tall, and they got turned down for the role that they went out for. So for example, there was this one actress that was a size 2, and she was told that she was too fat for the role, and she was bawling her eyes out about it. And she said that she really had to think about that, and she said, if she believed what they told her, she would have an eating disorder by now. In any area of life, no matter what profession that you're in, or whether it's relationships and people trying to change you, there's always going to be someone that has an opinion, and you just have to really let that roll off your shoulders. Because everyone's entitled to their opinion, whether they're right or they're not, but it's up to you whether you choose to believe what they think. Ultimately in life, you just have to have a thick skin. So if someone doesn't like you, that's cool. Just keep it pushing. Don't let negative words play in your head and have you rethinking everything. Be confident in yourself and know who you are. One thing that can really help you build confidence is saying daily affirmations to yourself. So with daily affirmations, you gotta keep saying it to yourself until you believe it. If you think about it, it's really just reprogramming your mind to believe in yourself. Once you believe it, then you'll see it and you'll embody that amazing self-confidence. Believing is the key. You have to believe it in order to see it. It's like that old saying, seeing isn't believing, believing is seeing. Now my last tip has helped me out so much, and it's having unbreakable faith. So be confident in who you are and what you believe in. So in case no one told you today, you are amazing, and don't you forget it. So until next time, I'll see you later.